Well, you know, I hear that all the time, and yet one of the things that I have been spending some time, as much time as I can, is meeting with students. And, you know, this sounds cliche, but a lot of students I meet have a sparkle in their eye. And again, they want something different and unique, but it's a big world out there and it's complex, and I just think all of us have to spend time talking to them about it and encouraging them to explore. One thing specific that I would recommend is some of the greatest influence on students are other students. And we'll work on the embassy on this, but putting together panels of students here in Japan, of students who have spent time overseas, to talk about their experiences in the United States. In addition to teachers and counselors, I think can have a major influence on their thinking. I think the other thing that we can do specifically is to work with you through the embassy on identifying financial resources, because I think that a lot of people, a lot of kids, and a lot of parents shy away from exploring overseas opportunities because they can't afford it. And no kid should ever be deprived of an experience like that because of money. And finally, I'm sure a lot of you are parents in this audience. You should set the example and send your kid overseas. And by the way, I'm from California. It's neither too hot nor too cold. It's always beautiful. I think, judging from the resources that the U.S. Embassy has, it would be much easier, much more realistic to work on the exchange programs than for the embassy to try to set up an international school that addresses the issues that you're talking about. But I think with respect to the latter point, the second point that you make, I know we're taking notes here, and we'll go to work on that one. I think that from my personal experience and some of my, the experiences I've had in my life, and what I advise my children to do is to get as broad an education as possible and not to focus too much on a specific area. Now, if a student does want to focus on a specific area, there are ways of finding those universities, and again, we can help you on that, that are stronger in international relations type subject areas. But I don't think it's necessary. And if you talk to leaders in business and other aspects of life, most of them will tell you the broader education that you get at the undergraduate level before you specialize, the more well-rounded you will be, and the stronger your credentials when you go and begin to specialize. As you know, a lot of times you just don't know where your life and where your career are going to lead. If I look at my own personal experience, I thought I knew exactly what I wanted to do since I was 5 years old, and that was to be a trial lawyer. And yet, by the time I ended up in my profession, I found that I saw what was going on in the Silicon Valley, and I was fascinated by it, and I became a corporate lawyer, which is almost the complete opposite of what I intended to do. And then I will tell you, up until 1 year ago, it wasn't even a thought that I would be standing here as the United States ambassador to Japan. So your life brings you in different directions, and the broader and more exposure you get in your education, in my view, the better. I'll end on this, and I apologize. I have to run. I think we're over time here as well. But I had lunch today with a United States student that is studying in Japan. And this was in a small group, and someone asked this student, what do you want to do professionally? And what he said was, while I had never imagined it before I came to Japan, I would now seriously consider moving to this country and pursuing my career here again, because he's been exposed to something so different that he wants to professionally experience something totally different than what the United States offers. I have spent a significant amount of time actually in the education field. I was on the school board in the area that I live for 10,000 kids from elementary school, kindergarten, through middle school. I also, before I came, I served on the board of the School of Education at Stanford University, the school, which is one of the top schools in the United States in the training of the future generations of teachers. So I just wanted to end on this note by thanking you, because I know how important the work is that you do. I saw it in my own country, and it's not only an honorable profession, but it's one of the most, if not the most important profession that a person can choose. So I just wanted to end on the note for thanking you for everything that you do. So please, when I'm back in the United States and you're coming to visit your students who are attending school in the United States, look me up. Thank you.